It's your boy Lucrative Seddie. In this video, I'm going to explain how I started my first business. But first, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Now, come on. Step number 1, come up with an idea of a business that you wouldn't mind doing or something that you love to do that you know you can make money off of. That's what I did. I personally chose moving and hauling because, one, I was moving people for free since I was about 10, 11 years old. You know, your family call you, hey, I need some help moving and this, that, and they don't pay you. They pay you in pizza, right? I was that guy. I was the guy getting paid in pizza. Then I decided to turn it into a business, and an idea turned into my business now. It isn't that big, but it's a small business, but it's still a profitable business at the same time. So step number 1 is to find something that you like, turn it to an idea, and then turn it to a business. Now, step number 2, research. Now, you can do research many type of ways. With me personally, I like to read, so I started off doing research and reading. I would read books like Think and Grow Rich, The 4-Hour Work Week, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and these are all like entrepreneur books or, ways to start a business or just to change your mindset. Because once you change your mindset, then everything else will follow after that. So that's another good thing. Change your mindset. If you have a 9-to-5 mindset where you're used to waking up early in the morning and going to work from 9, then you get off at 5, and then you get into traffic, and then you drive, and then you get back home and you sad, you cooking food for your kids and all that, and you upset with your life, switch your mindset up and think as if you were working for yourself. What would you do? What would you change to work for yourself? So I research a lot of different type of ways. Another type of way that's new to research, but the kids know about, is YouTube. You can look around YouTube and find a whole bunch of information, but you got to make sure that you have the right information. You have to make sure that you listen to someone that knows what they're talking about, not someone that's just trying to sell you something, not someone that's just talking on YouTube. You look at them, they got 4 million subscribers, you think they know what they're talking about, and they probably don't. They probably never even started a business. So you have to find someone who you believe. You can't trust anybody because you can't trust people on the internet, but you have to find someone who you believe, and you believe in their life story if you know it. And that's one of the major things. I think research, I know it's number 2, but it's one of the biggest parts of starting a business. But because after you have the idea and before you start the business, you have to know, is the business that you're getting into, if it's profitable, if it's oversaturated, does it even exist, the place where you at? If you starting something in certain states, it don't even exist. So you might be solving a problem that don't even exist. So you don't want to do that. Another thing is, if you start an online business, you got to have computer knowledge. You got to have marketing knowledge. It's a bunch of different type of things that you have to possess before you actually start your business. So I would say research would be the number 1 thing I would do before starting a business. And it's no specific time. Like, you can't say, I researched for 6 months, I'm ready. I researched for 15 years, I'm ready. It's whenever you feel like you're ready to jump in that water. Step number 3, taxes. This got to be the worst thing in the world, but America, here, business tax is 21%. I've heard stories of other countries of being 35. It was 35 here before also. I've heard it being 65% for business tax. But let's talk about tax period. Right? So it's a state tax in every state except for these states: Florida, Nevada, Alaska, Wyoming, and South Dakota. I don't know why it is in South Dakota, not in South Dakota, but it is North Dakota. I have no idea. But anyway, those places don't have state tax. But if you live in a state like Maryland, New York, California, Texas, we have state and federal tax. That has nothing to do with your business tax. Your business tax will be 21%, no matter where you go in the United States. But if you can relocate to Florida and you don't have to pay a state tax, that'll be a tax taken away from you. So, it's always good to save money. So don't forget when you're starting a business that you have to pay taxes. If you don't pay taxes, they will take your business away. They will take your license. You will owe money, and it may end up in jail time. I don't know. So the next step that I'm going to tell you about is how to pay your taxes. Step number 4, getting an LLC. For those of y'all who don't know what an LLC stands for, it stands for a limited liability company. This is your license saying that you are a legitimate business and that you're ready to pay taxes. You must pay taxes. If you don't pay taxes, you will go to jail. Jail is not where I want you to be, especially now that you're watching my video. I want you to learn, absorb, and get all the good knowledge as possible, as much as possible. So when you live in a state, some people choose to go to their state office, state building to get an LLC. Some people choose to go online to get an LLC. It's really your choice. But I chose to go to the state to get my LLC because I didn't know any other options. So I went down to the state building, applied for my LLC, got the name approved, which is No Boundaries Moving and Hauling, got the name approved, and then they gave me an EIN number. An EIN is basically an employee number. So you give this number to your employees, and you had to pay a little bit more, probably like $12 more. The LLC license was only $150 when I first got mine, but then I went to you get other businesses, and it went up to $200. And I mean, that's not too big of a jump, but I can see it going higher and higher in the future, probably up to $250. But in order for you to pay your state taxes, or any of your taxes on your business, you have to have an LLC and an EIN number. At the end of the year, you usually pay taxes. You don't receive taxes back. I know people are used to working a job. I want you to get out of that mindset. You used to working a job and getting taxes back, getting money back. But with your business, you either going to probably break even or have to owe money because you're making money throughout the year. Just imagine if you were filing for exempt through the whole year, which you shouldn't do if you work a job. You should never file exempt for the whole year because then you'll end up owing money. So just imagine you file exempt for the whole year and then you have to owe the money at the end of the year. That's basically what running a business is like. So remember, LLC, then you get your EIN number, and then you get to go on to this next step. Step number 5. Now you guys are ready to start your business. You had your ideas together, you got your research done, you found out everything you need to know about the taxes, you started your LLC. Now, this is the step that I can't tell you what you need to do for your business, but I can tell you how I did mine. So what I did, I have a moving and hauling company. I went out, I bought a truck, I got a couple of my friends, I did research, I was on Craigslist and OfferUp and just looking for anywhere that I can get jobs. Most of the jobs came from family, friends, word of mouth. Because once you do, in this business, once you do one good job, then the word passes on and passes on and passes on. So, I mean, that's the conclusion of this video. The next video, I'm going to tell y'all how my business went, how everything worked, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Thank y'all for listening. Oh yeah, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really need that, and I appreciate all the comments and all the love I've been getting. Thank y'all.